Chapter 4: Measuring Corporate Identity. We describe four identity types of interest companies exploring their corporate identities: the desired identity, the perceived identity, the applied identity, and the project identity. The desired identity. There are two principal methods investigators can rely on the measure companies prefer or desired identity elements. The process and the consequence profile. The process and illustrates a prototypical identity cover for a particular company. Each axis on the chart forms a numerical scale with the origin begin 0. The diagram is used to energize a group discussions designed to determine the key elements and desired direction of the corporate identity. The most important function of the method is to bring out into the open the terms in which the managers are thinking and to arrive at an ambiguous statement of the corporate identity desired by the manager. This method measures, in the first instance, the picture that the managers have of their company, which is not necessarily the same as the view of the company held by others, employees, or members of target groups. This, in fact, constitutes the weakness of the method. It does not actually measure the existing identity of the company. It should perhaps mainly be considered as a method for initiating discussion of the goals of the organization and the personality profile. The seven core dimensions of the corporate personality profile are: 1. Needs, competencies, attitude, constitution, temperament, origin, and interest. The dimension of the personality profile can also be used as a tool for classifying in the content and employee interviews, archival material about the company, or to summarize personal observation about a company. The main difference between the consequence profile and the personality profile lies in the selection of the identity elements used to define the company. The perceived identity. Employees all have differing perception of the core elements of a company's identity. On one hand, context influence perception. On the other hand, employees also have different perceptions and understandings of the way the company operates. A common way to measure core identity feature involves: 1. Interviewing a representative set of employees and constituting a comprehensive list of those attributes most frequently mentioned. 2. Surveying a representative sample of employees to determine which characteristics are seen as most typical of the company. To apply identity. A different approach to those described in the preceding section was developed by Van Recom and is frequently described as a laddering technique. Laddering an interval depth interview technique, which is used to gain insight into the way in which customers translate product attributes into meaningful association relating to themselves. The project identity. The two key requirements for diagnostic a company's project identity: 1. Coupling all formal communication and messaging used by an organization, including online presentations, financial statements, social reports, newsletters, brochures, corporate advertisements, sponsorships, etc. And two, having a framework to deduce the meaning expressed in those communications. The factor crucial for constructing a company's expressiveness profile and enhancing its reputation is response, visible, consistent, transparent, authentic, and distinctive. Measuring the identity mix. A number of instruments can be used to examine the three elements of the identity mix that contribute to building organization identities. 1. Communication. 2. Behaviors. 3. Symbols.
The chapter 5, corporate brain, we refer to a visual representation of a company that unites a group of products or business and makes it known to the world to use of a single name, a shared visual identifier, and common set of symbols. Its function is they are useful for companies seeking to create coherent identify with consumers and investors. Experience of marketing recognizes the value of creating constant cooperation experience for companies, customers, particularly those that operate in the service sector. In the service sector, the and the parent company managers can generate cost saving by creating a single comparison name that they apply to their products. Nestle and Philips are two companies that have been around for many years betting on the strategy. Managers can generate cost savings by creating a single comparison name that they apply to alter products. Nestle and Philips are two companies that have been bidding on this strategy for many years. Pharmaceutical companies such as Pfizer, Merck, Novartis, and GlaxoSmithKline have more demonstrate a more recent interest in corporate branding and as they adhere to reduce the heavy branding burden imposed on the retail products focus strategy. They have closed those institutional advertising they have founded in recent years is a reflection on their grounding interest in capitalism on more visibly and distinctive corporate presence to support their activities. The drivers of the corporation brand, business unit managers vary in their degree of support for the corporate brand. By contrast to supposed to corporate branding, they tend to argue that investing in corporate brand will mean that we have wasted enough sums of money building or product brands. Strategy drivers. Corporate strategy generally influences a company likelihood of support. The following scheme special the drivers of a corporate brand. Corporate brand drivers. Support for corporate brand is relationship, centralization, identification, and reputation. Um, Corporate corporate drivers is strategy, organization, jobs, and value.
Organizational association. Research of corporate brand suggests that when asked about a corporate brand name or symbol, people spontaneously make uh, different types of mental association. A group of people associated with a list of corporate brands. As part of the study, the research also examined whether some corporate brands they could more easily work to support products. They conclude that corporate brands with more organizational partnership could more easily support a wider range of products that those products dominate. A corporate brand can help improve product perception by decreasing the perceived risk that observers feel when dealing with the company's products. Corporate brands is akin of heritage a script that simplifies making the decision on the merits of a company offers de manera frecuente y conscientemente. Es typology of corporate brands. Only brands strategy the previous section proved will the lens and rationale for following a strategy of corporate brands. One on the decision was made to look for a corporate brand. Their models that brand their three models that are especially useful. Support strategy, the company can be recognized instantly and uses the same symbols every way. This company have a typical developed as entire within a revelation narrow field. E-brand strategy company have their own style, but the parent company is still recognizable in the bottom. You can recognize the different division, but it's clear which is the parent company. Issue, issue, Comer action time is two different ways in which corporate communication can be implemented internally, specifically in distinguish four action types of corporate branding strategy: financial guidance, uh, subdesire are considered purely participants. Organization-oriented corporate branding, the parent company takes over the financing one or more management function of the division. Uh, Communication-oriented uh, corporate branding, uh, the corporate brand aims to copy to the target groups. The site of the concern is single company corporate brand. It's a truly monolithic style of corporate branding. All actions, messages, and symbols are represented as at current wholly varied typology
only classification evokes the something that one corporate brandy is primarily dominated by visual option. Bueno, el corporate branding is not only about implement a new name and selecting an appropriate logo. It also requires a careful analysis of the content of the communication and attribute that the company what to express, but also models is based of two factors that must bake into a code with developing a corporate brand strategy. And two that multiple companies have to choose any of the uh, three tier of degree to which the company opposite of need are arranged and prepared to communication that they are part of the larger group of companies. Secondly, is the degree to which the units of position agree on the stage point on the corporate brand strategy. Rebranding of companies. Submitting a corporate branding strategy requires a reposition complete of the company of the a completely new name is developed for Levy a city's previous association, for example, rebranding is sometimes the path of less release for a company after a major. The change of branding often makes it a possibility to circumvent the delicate political problems created by perception of wind generate in merged situation.
Article explain the product life cycle. Historical partner. The life story of a most successful products is a story of their passing through certain reconcilable stage. Stage 1, market development. Stage 2, market growth. Stage 3, market maturity. Stage 4, market decline. Stage Stage 1, market development. This is when a new product is first brought to market before there is a proper demand for it. Sales are low and creep along slowly. Demand has to be created during the product's initial market development stage. Stage 2, market growth. Demand begins to accelerate and the size of the total market expands rapidly. It might also be called the takeoff stage. At this point, potential competitors who have been watching development during stage 1 jump into the fray.
The maturity stage and the creator is increasing force to attack the consumer based on price, marginal product difference of both. The market maturity stage can be quickly outgrown, as is the case with most women fashions, or it can persist for generations without per capita consumption increasing nor decrease, and the case of basic products such as men's shoes and industrial closures. Maturity might persist with a stage of per capita decline gradual but constant, as in the case of beer and steel. The clean stage in a case of maturity and the clean the industry is transformed. Few companies are able to weather the company storm as demand declines. Excess capacity that was already been during the maturity period would now because endemic. The replanning. One of the great values of life cycle concept is for management where are about to launch a new product. One of the greatest values of the life cycle concept is for managers who are about to launch a new product. As with so many things, is business verbs uniquely in marketing it is almost impossible to make universal useful suggestion on how to manage one's whole affairs. Without the vote, it's especially difficult to provide very useful advice on how to forecast or predict to slope and length of a product's life. The chains of failure, the duration and slope of the development stage of the market depend on the complexity of the product, its degree of novelty, its adjustment to customers' needs, and the presence of competitive substitutes. Opportunities for uses. The problem has also create opportunities to control the force the deploying against the uses of new products. For example, the newer the product, the more important is turn for customers to have a favorable first experience with it. Problem also create opportunities to control the force deployed against the uses of new products. For example, the newer product, the more important it does for customers to have a favorable first experience with it. The novelty creates a certain special visibility for the product, with a certain number of people staying on the silence to see how the first customer do. The possibility of exaggerate disappointment from bad first experience can raise vital question about the appropriate distribution channels for a new product.
Exploit the product life cycle. Stage 1, Market Development. The origins of BlackBerry. The company that gave life to the BlackBerry was the Canadian Research in Motion (RIM), which back in the fall of 1996 launched one of its first portable devices, an advanced pager. The interactive pager 900, um, a clamshell type that allowed shipping and receiving message. It was a success and was followed by the interactive pager 800, which also had a hug reception, so much so that even EVM spent $10 million on it. It was followed in the summer of 1998 by the interactive pager 950. After that, after these three advanced pagers, the first Blackberries arrived. The first model arrived in January 1999, the BlackBerry 850, and was the first mobile device model to integrate email. Outwardly nothing differentiate it from the pager 950, but the opportunity to send emails already provided it with an important plus. This also marked a turning point for RIM, which decided to stop using the interactive pager name and change in the BlackBerry. Stage 2: Market Growth. BlackBerry gained market share in the mobile industry thanks to its efforts in improving email services, offering this service and other mobile devices, even if they were not BlackBerry, such as the Palm Trio. The original BlackBerry device had a monochrome display, while the more recent models instead were color. In 2011, BlackBerry had 3% of mobile phone sales worldwide, making its manufacturer the sixth most famous with 25% market share of all smartphones. The BlackBerry service was available in 91 countries and in more than 500 operators worldwide, reaching 80 million subscribers in 2012. Stage 3: Market Maturity. The first BlackBerry, the 850, was launched in Munich, Germany, and its name, devised by an external marketing company, is due to the shape of the keyboard buttons, which resemble the droplets that form the fruit, which gives its name to the device, the BlackBerry, BlackBerry in English. This BlackBerry and one that followed its 857 model used the data network and soon became very popular among professional users. Also, in large, large companies already in 2002, the first mobile phone with email integration capabilities arrived, which was also compatible with, with push emails, text messaging, fax, and web browsing. Although rudimentary. Also around this time, BlackBerry began offering email services to other non-RIM devices, such as the Palm Trio, through its BlackBerry Connect software. The original BlackBerry had a monochrome screen. Also, more modern models already integrate color screen. All models after this one from in 2002 models included Zarahi keyboard, recorded system navigations before the launch of the Blackberries in the pure rain. Before the launch of the Blackberries 8700, it was managed through a wheel mounted off the side of the terminal. The Blackberries in the Pearl range already had a trackball on the front, which allowed you to move in four directions. The evolution of this system came with a curved 8500 rain, which integrate. Stage 4: Market Decline. Experts say that the company's success was due to innovation in the smartphones market with the use of the QWERTY keyboard and the messaging system known as PIN. The company's weight in the market was declining until it generated losses of $1 billion during 2014, and the dismissal of up to 4,500 employees, which represents 40% of the total workforce. This decline was motivated by the appearance of new messaging applications such as WhatsApp or Line, and above all, by the lack of new technologies compared to its rivals Samsung, Apple, and Google. The decline of the company was progressive from 2011, in which 7,000 employees and a share of the US market of almost 14% were registered until in 2013, where only a 3% market share was reached, placing the company off the brink of extinction. In 2030, BlackBerry negotiated its sale, or part of it, with the Canadian companies Fairfax, with which no agreement was reached.
Another point to be addressed is about the life cycle, a corporate brand. Taking the TCL brand as an example, is a leading global technology corporate brand in electronic device and home comfort products. Founded in 1981, TCL operates its manufacturing and R&D centers around the world and has product and service in more than 116 countries. TCL is divided into entities which share the same brand but are the TCL Technology, TCL Industries Holding Company. Stake 1 Market Development. Important dates will be announced when the brand made fundamental decisions for its growth from its beginnings to the present. In 1981, China and Hong Kong jointly established TTK Home Appliances Company Limited to produce audio cassettes. In 1985, a joint venture between China and Hong Kong established TCL Communication Equipment Company Limited. In 1986, the TCL brand was registered with the State Administration Industry and Commerce. In 1986, the first hands-free tone phone was developed in China, and the TCL brands was established through production evaluation. In 1989, TCL found production and sales racket first in mainland China for the first time. Until the 1989, TCL development rapidly and becomes the leader on the television industry. In 1980 1991, the first sales branch was established in Shanghai, and the sales branch were established in Harbin, Xi'an, Yuhan, Chengdu, and other places. Used to come the products of today TCL Chinese domestic sales network. Stage 2, growth of the company. In 1993, TCL Communication Equipment Company Limited was listed on the Shenzhen Stock Exchange and was the first Chinese licensed company among communication terminal product companies. In 1994, TCL was the first to launch the first wireless phone in China. In 1995, TCL Corporation was reorganized into three major groups: communication, electronics, and Juntian. In 1995, TCL Telephone was awarded the Leader of China Telephone Kind by the American Economy Research Institute of the Development Research Center of the State Council. In 1996, TCL Corporation merged with Hong Kong Liu's color television project, creating a precedent for state-owned companies to merge with Hong Kong-founded company and use state-owned brands. Stage 3, corporate brand maturity. In 1999, TCL Beijing Globalization has established a solid overseas market foundation through a series of independent brand promotion and cross-border merger acquisitions. Ranked for among the top 1,000 electronic information companies in April 2004, TCL and Alcatel announced the creation of a mobile phone joint venture, Alcatel Mobile Phones. In March 2005, TCL announced that its Hong Kong licensed unit would acquire Alcatel 45% stake in Heights Mobile Phone joint venture. On December 10, 2005, TCL reorganized its non-core business. On June 18, 2007, TCL announced the launch of the new brand strategy, interpreting tagline is the creative life. Previously, TCL launched TCL as Toda China Lion. On December 16, 2007, 2016. The next point is decision-making model weight in a company. Point 1. Problem identification. A problem arises when there is a perceived alteration of the current state of a situation and the desired state of it. Point 2. Identification on the criteria to carry out the decision-making process. It consists of pointing out the pattern or methods that will be important to solve the problem in question. Point 3. Assignment of weights to criteria. Once the criteria to manage the process have been selected, they must be weighted in order to know what will be the most efficient for making the final decision. Point 4. Development and analysis of alternatives. At this stage, all the alternatives that might resolve the problem are presented. Point 5 is selection of the alternative. Once all possible alternatives have been presented, established and evaluate the crucial moment in decision making as arrival. And finally, point 6 is evaluation of the effectiveness of the decision. Once the solution is implemented, it is necessary to evaluate into kind of the problem was solved.
Explain what symbols are important when formulating an identity policy. Symbols are crucial when formulating an identity policy for several reasons: visual representation, memorability, consistency, cultural significance, emotional connection, differentiation, communication efficiency, longevity, identification, identi- identity, element, marketing, and branding. Symbols are essential in formulating an identity policy because they are powerful tools for visually and emotionally communicating an organization identity. They help create consistency, differentiation, and an emotional connection with stakeholders, contributing to the overall success of the organization identity strategy. When a company presents for time and needs to quickly start a corporate identity program, there are streamlined methods they can consider to determine unique feature and assess employee understanding of these features. One, determine unequal future of the company, expert workshops, competitive analysis, customer surveys. Two, uncover employee understanding, employee surveys, focus groups, one-on-one interviews, internal workshops. In a time-constrained situation, it's essential to prioritize spend and efficiency while still gathering value insights. Combining multiple methods such as experts, workshops, and employee surveys can help the company quickly define its unique features and ensure that employees have a clear understanding of these elements as they embark on their corporate identity program, especially in the context of a IPO where a current identity is crucial for investors and stakeholders.
The following question refer to Chapter 5. 1. Identify corporate brands whose principal target audience consists of either investors, employers, or consumers. Corporate brands, as we well can know, have primary objectives when it comes to satisfying the market to which they are directed. 'Unilever' can be a great example of a corporate brand that has within its system several brands or products very independent of a specific sector within the market. Sign 400 brands positioned in several countries that have as a priority that correspond to satisfy on from people at given time. Some recognized brands within Unilever are 1. For personal care, 'If we talk about a corporate brain where investors are the priority place are thanks to team. It is positioned globally in several countries. Google is the clear example that bringing a good reputation and management toward investors. The corporate brain can have a great exponential impact covering several services that are related to digital communication. How are the services marketed by the Google brand? Some example of the service that fall within Google's corporate brand are Google Trends, Google Finance, Google Tribes, Google Drive, Google Assistant, Google Hates, Google My Business, Google Cardboard, and Google Chromecast, etc.
The question 2. Explain how a specific decision marketing models can be applied in company identify points or resistance to corporate branding strategy. One of the main strategies that the company can have is customer trust, logo design, marketing, and adversity. The strategy seeks to create loyalty with customers and also create value among collaborators. Brands and logos are powerful symbols for implementing a corporate brand. The power of these symbols lies in the increased attention they have. A good symbol reduces the volume of redundant communication that a company needs to transmit.
Describe the tips organization partnership that are essential to transferring value, positive brand from the corporate level to the product. The first in the company that is associated with the development of a project or action. The second will be the public associations that is created by the state in the street level of agencies, the third, the non-governmental organization is part of the social system, and the fourth, the corporate, differentiated from the previous trivial belonging to the economy system of companies.